No, I've told you 100 times, it's over. Move on. Bye. Man, these women are obsessed. I can't even go 5 minutes without getting a phone call from some woman about how she wants me. Unbelievable. Gosh. Oh, hey, I didn't notice you there. I guess I should show you a trick. I don't know if you know this about yourself, but you are really easy to influence. I know because I'm gonna go inside of your mind, in your head. I'm gonna try to influence you. I'm so confident that I'm willing to wager real hard money that I know exactly what you're gonna do, sir, ma'am. We have a couple cards here in my wallet that I keep for this very reason. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay them out right here in front of you. As you can see, we have a couple different words. We have the word eggplant. We have the word erected. We have the word penis osterophilia, which is, believe it or not, the study and raising of pigeons. Who would have ever known? So what I want you to do is that in a moment, you're going to take my life savings and you're going to drop it on whichever word you want. Now, here's the thing. If I don't manage to predict your actions, sir, ma'am, well, then you get to keep the dollar. So go ahead, take the dollar, put it wherever you want. And let's say because I happen to be very lonely and there's no spectator here, I'm going to play the role of the spectator and they drop it on the word penis sterophilia. Penis sterophilia. Why go great, sir? I'm going to give you the choice right now if you want to change your mind. And the spectator could change their mind if they want. Let's say this spectator does not want the word eggplant. They don't want the word erected. They're adamant about wanting penis sterophilia. Well, at that point, I go great. I've managed to predict exactly that you were going to pick that word, sir, ma'am, because believe it or not, right over here, we have a little bit of a blank card. We have a blank card over here. And yet, on the very word that you chose adamantly and didn't want to change your mind, we have a little bit of a message. And it says, after being very difficult, rather, you will not change your mind and selected this card. But I knew, sir, that you would pick this card because I am inside of you. So believe it or not, this trick is actually very easy to do. It's very easy. It just requires use of an ancient principle in the world of mentalism known as multiple outs. And we're going to combine that with a little bit of a Max Maven dodge in order to allow the spectator to change their mind if they want and still have that predicted by you, the world famous magician mentalist. So let's get right into the explanation. Oh, that hurt. Now, here's what you're going to need for this particular trick. Well, first of all, you're going to have to check out my channel, right? You're going to have to subscribe to my channel. That's the shill portion of this particular video. But after that, you're going to get a couple blank cards. In this case, you're going to get 4 blank cards, and you're going to write some words on them. Now, I chose these words in particular because I'm disgusting, but you could choose whatever words you want. These could even be numbers, they could be symbols, they could be shapes, whatever it is that you want. Now here is where we're going to have a little bit of a dodge in the multiple outs because we have 3 different predictions that are at play. Believe it or not, all 3 options are covered no matter what the spectator decides to do here. Oh boy, are you excited? I'm excited. I'm as excited as a penis pterologist. So what you do is that on the back of whichever card you want, you're going to write the following message, withholding any sort of grammatical mistakes. But it's very specific as to why I wrote it this way. Now, here is the thing. I wrote, after being very difficult, you will not change your mind, and selected this card. Now, the reason I wrote that is because what if the spectator did decide to change their mind? Well, here's what I do. I just put my dirty, disgusting finger over that knot. And now when the spectator reads that, it says, after being very difficult, you will change your mind, and selected this card. So you're covered. If they don't change their mind, all you need to do is show that knot. If they do change their mind, you cover that knot. You get what I mean? Not in a rope. Not a knot in a rope, a knot in the card, silly. You just cover it up. That's it. That's the way that you have a nice out. Now, that's if the spectator decides to put the dollar bill on the word penisterophilie. What if the spectator decides to put their dollar bill on the word erected? Well, guess what? You're still covered, because remember, in my wallet, I had an extra card that the spectators definitely saw when I took out the dollar bill. And on that card is my prediction, where the spectator has the same exact card and the same exact writing. However, the only difference is that now it says erected. So erected on the bottom. So here I'm covered. If they change their mind after I give them the option and they place their card there, I take this card out of my wallet and I show it to them and I cover the knot. Now the last out is on the dollar bill itself. So the last out, if you open this dollar bill, what we have is we have the exact same message with the exact coverage of our forefinger on the word knot. But the only difference is that we have the word eggplant written on the bottom, and that's if the spectator chooses the word eggplant that I'm putting in the focus box. So let's talk about the routine. You're going to take these cards and you're going to put it inside of your wallet. It's a nice thing to carry. You want to put it to make sure that the card is the lowermost. And then you're going to put your prediction in a place that's somewhat prominent. And maybe you're going to put one of these on the bottom of the table so that it stops moving and killing your shot. Maybe you're going to do that. And then you're going to put your dollar bill in another prominent position. So now when you open up your wallet, you're going to be in this position. You're going to have your dollar bill, you're going to have your apparent test cards, and you're going to have your prediction. So when you take out your test cards and take out your dollar bill, they're going to see the prediction there. They're going to see it sticking out of your wallet like some sort of magnum condom in my case. You're going to close up the wallet and you're going to put that aside. And now you're going to put the cards on the table and you're going to talk about the words or the symbols or whatever it is that you want about these cards in particular. And you're going to hand a spectator the dollar bill and you're going to tell them to place it on whichever card they want. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hand them the dollar bill and you're going to bring up the fact that this is a wager and that if you don't predict their actions, they could keep it. Now, of course, it's not going to matter because you're covered. You're covered for all the outs. So at this point, you could talk about the words, you give them the dollar bill, and you tell them to place it on whichever word they want. Let's say they happen to place it right over here. Now, I give them the option. Do you want to change your mind? And they very well can. As a matter of fact, if they change their mind, now you could read the prediction in a different light. So in this case, let's say they put it on erected, and I go, sir, do you want to change your mind? Sir, ma'am. And they go, yes, I want to change my mind. As a matter of fact, I'm not happy with the mind I have. I want to put it on penis terophilie. And I go, great. Is that your final decision, sir, ma'am? And they go, yes. Yes, that is my final decision. At this point, you just simply take the dollar bill, put it back in your wallet, and now you're going to reveal this out, which is the one that is written on the back of the card. Now, because the spectator changed their mind, you're going to have to take the card, and you're going to have to make sure to cover that word not. So the spectator reads the actual message itself that says, after being very difficult, you will change your mind and selected this card. And of course, there isn't any message on any of the other cards, which is the strength of the multiple outs procedure, that each and every single prediction is only one of that type. So in this case, we only have one that is drawn or written on the back of the card. The other cards are blank. In the wallet, there's only one other card. There's no other card here. As a matter of fact, there's no other cash here. Magic, right? So there's no other card and there's no other dollar bill with another prediction. So it's the only dollar bill that's in play, and therefore it's the only version of that apparent prediction that you have. So either way, you're going to be covered. Just make sure to cover it, the little knot, depending on what the spectator chooses if they change their mind. But even if they don't, you manage to predict 2 bits of information. That they didn't change their mind, or that they changed their mind and the actual card they picked. Oh boy, what a doozy. Now, what I love about this trick in particular is that it fits in your wallet. Anytime, anywhere, you could take this puppy out. You could use it to show your influence on a spectator. You could do it at the bar mitzvah. You could do it at the bris. You could do it at the, I don't know, the elk lodge meeting, whatever it is you do. But ultimately, you have a self-contained trick that fits in your wallet that shows that you're able to influence a spectator. You got inside of them, inside of their heads, inside of their minds. And that's the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just a variation on the classic multiple outs. Apart from that, I don't know. I'm going to go check on my pigeons. I'm going to go check on my pigeons. What's that Disney movie from years ago that was like a pigeon postal service guy, and he goes on an adventure with his pigeon buddies? I've been trying to remember what it was. I watched it in Disney once in Orlando, and I've never remembered what the movie was. Maybe leave that in the comments below.